let's go back to 2018, man. I mean, we could start with the first incident with the private jet. It was really 2 incidents, right?
Yes, sir.
The first incident, you weren't physically there?
No, sir. It was actually like 4 incidents that occurred. Y'all only seen one, which was the private jet that I got caught with. But however, I had 4 different counts. So like stuff was getting caught up, and you know, it's more incidents occurred way beforehand. You know, what occurred was they just got tired of the situation with me because of other crimes that occurred. One of my homies had they had a informant that was in Pakistan that was coming. He was praying with us. He was a nigga with tattoos on his face. You would never even tell he was the Fed. So he was trying to get to me. You smell me? He was trying to get up on me, but I might be with 1,000 niggas, but it's only 5 or 10 niggas that I really communicate with on certain levels. You smell me? And he kept trying to get towards me, and I guess one of my little homies told him, like, if you want to get with Ralo, you got to spend at least 100 or 2, at least 200,000. You smell me? So the nigga called the feds and was like, in order for us to get with Ralo, we got to spend, you know, a abundant amount of money, and the feds the one approve him for the money. So the feds said, shit, we'll give you the money, but we'll have to send an agent out with you. So they sent the agent out with him, and he was a white dude playing like he was an Uber driver. And the nigga who supposed to been spending the money with me, he got down in the back of the Uber. I'm not knowing this. I'm way in Cali. I'm in Cali handling the business, picking me some goddamn weed out. So when when the dude get to wherever they went over there on Ashley Courts or whatnot, they draw down to rob the nigga. And robbed the FBI agent too. I'm not even knowing this. I was never serving that nigga, period. Cause I had a clientele that I had been dealing with for years. So when they got over there to the situation, they drawed down on them, and they let them go. The feds, U.S. Marshals, everybody came and bomb rushed them, and they let them go because they wanted me. They said I was the bigger fish or whatnot. So I'm on the plane thinking everything out, because they wasn't giving a fuck about that weed. They never cared about the weed from the jump. It was never about the weed, you smell me? So I understand people ever came with me saying, he on locked up for weed, but in their mind and throughout their thorough investigation, it was a lot
shit that led up
crime.
to it. Shit
like
that led
violence,
up to it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting no massive advance, I don't advise you to do that. Unless you just an artist that, you know, that need the help really, really bad, but you know, at that time, I ain't really need it. You know what I mean?
How much did you sign for, if you don't mind?
I think I signed for $250,000.
250?
Yes, sir.
Well, ain't bad. I mean, somebody like you, that's nothing, but that's life-changing money for somebody that ain't used to it, you know?
I was the first artist he had signed when he got out of prison. And that meant a lot to me. But of course, you know, I really was supposed to sign the QCP at that time. You know, I was actually out with QCP all day. Me and P used to take me to all the clubs. He'd do his thing, throw money. You know, I wasn't used to riding alone with no nigga. But P, I had trusted him, and I just got in the car with him. I left the whole Pakistan in Pakistan, and we just rode around. That was something I never did. And, you know, he put me up on the wing. He took me to all the clubs, you know, introduced me to a couple of DJs. And on that night, on one of them nights, he introduced me to the nigga Gucci. So when he introduced me to Gucci automatically shot me his number. The next day, Gucci hit me like, I want to fuck with you, but I ain't know if you signed the Future. I ain't know if you signed the Birdman. I had a couple big pillars that, you know, that was massive in the game. Yeah. And then before QC had got Lil Baby, then before QC had start promoting Lil Yachty, they only had the Migos at that time. And you know, I didn't really see P going as big as he went. You smell me? Because he was always a nigga like me. He was satisfied with what he had. You smell me? He really didn't care for more. He was always content and happy with what he got. And then they got Bad and Bougie. Once they got Bad and Bougie,
out of here.
You know, it was over.
Out of
so
here.
that's who I supposed to have signed to at that time. But Gucci took me up on his wing. You smell me? He gave me a free verse one day. And them free verses had meant something to me because I had just paid Future for a verse, a massive amount of money.
What was it, like 75,000? 25, I think?
I ain't gonna really disclose how much I gave him. But I had gave him some money. You gotta think about it. At that time, $100,000 was like $1 million today. Like you see niggas with, I was the first young nigga in the city with a Lamborghini. Not to brag about that, but we didn't see Lamborghinis. we didn't see 2015 niggas looking at my Hellcat like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So back then, what I gave him was a lot to the streets. Cause we was dropping on my mixtape, that Pill for Spinner Ralo. We wasn't even expecting to get no money back from any stream income.
Yeah,
so whatever I gave, if I would have gave him $1,000, that shit meant something to me. You smell me? So when niggas started giving me features, that shit just meant a lot to me. And Gucci Mane was one of the first one that gave me that free feature.
Yeah.
Outside of Young Thug.
When did it go sour? When were you like, you know what, I'm better off independent. Like, I fuck with Gucci, no bad feelings, but I'm not seeing no money. The business ain't right. I want to be free.
I don't think anything can really ever go sour with Gucci because Gucci let me out the contract. He could have said, hell nah, Ralo. Nigga, you got my money or you got the label money, whatever the money came from, and nigga, you stand in this contract. However, it was good, nigga, and he just let me out the contract. And I'm appreciative for us.
100% free?
Yeah, I was 100% free.
Yeah, because as of late, you know, Gucci has the new 1017 with Pooh Shiesty, Big Scar, Enchanting. He had Hot Boy West. A lot of great talent.
Right.
Pooh Shiesty left a mark on the game.
But make a big mark.
Yeah. A lot of people, it's mixed reviews because a lot of that whole roster is either dead or in jail. I mean, you got Big Walk Dog out right now still doing this thing. But what's your thoughts on that? Because, I mean, you dealt with him before. You could speak from experience. A lot of people like to throw shade on Gucci.
Right.
Is it an executive thing or is it the artist thing?
I think that, cause they're gonna say it's a curse on 1017. However, you know, Gucci Mane went through what I went through. He had been abandoned. He went to prison, got out to his girl. His girl stayed down. A lot of niggas left him in there for dead. So where I see his mind at is being with his family. You smell me? So whenever we sign the artists and shit, we have to be mindful of that's like inheriting a kid. So whenever you inherit a kid, you got to think about the household. You got to think about, you know, where you don't want your kid to be at or what you want your kid on, because you raising them in this game, because the rap game is a whole total different game. So I think what's missing is that father figure. You know what I'm saying? That person that we can call and he an artist, so he don't got time for that type of shit. You smell me? It been going right now. Don't get me wrong. Shit, he have had artists popping shit like that.
A lot of success.
We still gotta understand that we need that father figure in our CEOs. We need that embracement to teach us the game, to tell us not to do certain things. So that's what's missing in my opinion. Yeah.
But a lot of times as a CEO, you don't know, these artists live a double life.
Right.
They, you know, you see the artistry in them, you see them go to